Since 1994, safe, fast and more, a reliable name, mixcat.com.
Hey guys, Pete with Mixcat. Today we're going to actually convert regular DC lead acid batteries, car batteries, into alkaline batteries. Right now it does have acid in these guys, and you can see this one's real beaten up. This guy's a little bit cleaner, but both of these, even after charging, don't hold much current. I'll show you kind of what I'm talking about here. The voltage is decent. This one was like 11.08 I'm showing. And the other guy was giving me like 12, but just about nothing on the current side. There you go, 12.15. I have a little stepping motor here, rotary motor, servo motor rather. This guy will spin the motor. It's a 12-volt motor, but relatively slow. It should move a lot faster than that. But again, this is supposed to be 670 cranking amp. It really don't take a charge, don't work very good. You can see just using it for a little bit, it's 10 and a half. So it dropped to half volt in a couple seconds. This guy won't even move the motor at all, not even a tap. So I'm going to start off with this one, and I'm also going to empty that one out. This project you want to be very careful because there's acid inside these. You're going to want to have plastic gloves, goggles, and something to pour the acid in that it's not going to splash out and hurt anything. The alum that I got, you can see it's Nuts Online is where I picked it up from. I'll kind of bring this up to the camera. You can see this is 1 pound of alum powder. So hopefully this does the trick. This is going to be mixed in with reverse osmosis water. You can use distilled water, but my water is about 0.2 parts per million, so there's hardly anything in it, and it'd be a great test. All right, here we go. All right, we're going to give a crack at popping this guy open. I got a flathead screwdriver, got goggles on, gloves, and holy smokes, it's on there. So I'm going to peek under there. I don't know if I should go this route or try to pull, maybe I'll pull the sticker on. As you can see, I don't have much experience working with, or refilling batteries, I should say. Yeah, I can see some circular plugs along the top, so it might be the way to go with the sticker here. Let's see what we got. It's got some plugs on the top. Hope you guys can see that. Let's see how easy they are to pop up. Yeah, it's coming up. Not sure. I'm going to get something to pour this into. If there is even anything in it, we'll see. There's a shot of the top that I pulled out the plug just so you guys could see. These little circles are from the date punch out that was on the sticker. Track it to the light. Alright. There's 2 of the cells out of 6. I think that it would have 12, but maybe they're split up cells. I've got some lightning coming, that's great. Oh, and by the way, I did get the solar panel up today. That worked out real well. We're going to test it out tomorrow and do a video on it. I'm just going to go ahead and open all these up. Makes no sense pouring out one at a time. Now we know it does come out through the top here. And I'm going to clean these out too. I'm going to fill them up with water and baking soda, neutralize that acid. All right. There goes nothing. Ooh. Oh, got a little more this time. Just going to let that sit for a little bit. I don't need to breathe that in. In fact, I'm going to put this fan on and blow it outside. Just to be safe. So excuse the noise. All right, we got all the acid out of it, at least as much as we could. I went ahead and I cleaned the top out. What I have here is reverse osmosis, the storm, and baking soda. It's about a quarter cup of baking soda. I'm going to use this to neutralize the acid. Hopefully, we got bugs coming in. Alright. I don't know how much goes into each, so I'm just going to put a little bit on each. Right now. Try not to breathe. Just in case fumes come off. Mask would probably be a good idea. I think I'm going to grab one. You can hear that sizzling away. We're hoping to neutralize that acid and clean up the cell. Hopefully it don't get mad at me and blow up. I'm sure you guys can hear the fizzing. I'm going to put the caps back on and shake this guy around. Make sure I really get all the baking soda throughout this lead acid battery. Needs to be nice and clean. I'm going to let that fizzle for a little bit. Get away from it. There's a shot of what it looks like inside. You can see the cells are bubbling away. Definitely some gas coming off of it. Got my garage on. Got my door open and the fan on rather. Trying to take all the precautions I can. I think I'm going to put this outside and I'll be back with you guys shortly. We have luck. It just started raining out there after I put the battery outside, but it's been sitting here for about 15 minutes and now it's nice and wet from the rain. Hopefully not acid rain. Let's see here. Alright, well it was over the overhang, so I'm sure it didn't get too wet. I'm going to go ahead and shut this door. And again, these batteries have acid in them. If you're not careful, you really can hurt yourself, cause an explosion. I in no way endorse other people doing these experiments. If you have a work area that you're comfortable with, that you want to try it, you do it at your own risk. I'm going to test this with a voltmeter. Again, this is reverse osmosis water with baking soda. I'm just curious to see if it does give any kind of charge. We do. Well, that's interesting. 11 volts. That's really interesting. I don't know if it's just residue of the, whatchamacallit, the acid. Wow, enough to spin the motor. That's not even charging it up. This is going to be an interesting project. Baking soda and water. Very interesting. Okay, well, definitely alum's going to be a lot safer even than the baking soda, because essentially it's just a pickling mixture, and when you charge it you don't get any harmful vapors, and that's really why I wanted to convert these batteries over to alum. While I'm charging them with the solar, I want to build up a nice big bank and not have to worry about fumes. I'm probably going to make a little duct and encapsulate the batteries and put a fan so it vents outside. But when I'm gone, I don't want to have to worry about batteries exploding or any nonsense like that. And alum's supposed to be a lot more stable. This is interesting. I never expected to get a charge out of baking soda and distilled water. But there you go, guys. And it's dropping. Oh, no, it's going up. Crap. Oh, that's interesting. Hit him again and see how long it holds up. That's really something. I didn't even charge it or do anything. You see, I just pulled it from outside. Yeah, it drops down a volt pretty fast. It's a weak battery. That's okay. I'm going to dump this out into this bucket. And I'm going to go ahead and do this a couple times. That way I know I got all the acid out of this monstrosity here. And heavy. There it goes. All right, I'll be back with you guys shortly. All right. Ooh. Yeah, it's getting a little cleaner, the water, but I can see the leads on the bottom there. It's like a powdered lead. I guess as it breaks down. I got a big 5-gallon carboy that I'm pouring all this into that I'm going to take to the recycling center. Hopefully they can do something with it. It's some pretty murky water. But we're cleaning out. I'm going to do a couple more rinses and we'll see what we get. Reverse osmosis water. I'm going to go ahead and start rinsing this out now. We're done with the baking soda. I'm sure there's still a little baking soda residue inside, but a couple rinses, I think we'll have that out and we'll be ready to work on the alum. And we need a little bit more water. But while it's sitting here, let's do a quick voltage reading and see if it's still conductive. Sure it is a little bit, since we've seen a little juice with the baking soda. There's got to be residue. Yeah, 10.78. That's something. Still spins the motor good. I'm going to put the caps on this and really give it a good shake. Dump it and try to get all the residue out of it. All right. Dump her out. Still a lot of powdered lead in there. I got the alum water all set up here. There goes nothing. A little bit in each. This is about a quarter cup for a gallon of distilled water. Start voltage on this one is 10.46. So I'll go ahead and put it on our charger and see what it comes up to. All right, I got the alum in there. Excuse the mess here. Ooh, let's see. Put this out of the way. I got a battery charger right here. I'm going to charge this at 2 amps. I'm going to let it sit and come back in a little bit. As you can see, it's 10.38 and has enough oomph to it to spin that motor, which that motor takes about 3/4 amp. So just to kind of give you guys an idea. All right, negative to negative, positive to positive. We got it set for 2 amp. I'm going to leave these vents off. I'm kind of curious to see what's going on inside. I'm going to let it sit. I'll be back with you guys in a little bit. It's been on there for about 10 minutes charging, and I noticed it already climbed up to halfway on the charger at 2 amp. That's kind of curious. So I went ahead and tested it, and I was getting like, look at that, 11.59. Already climbing up to 12 pretty fast. And check out the little motor here. Look at that, it moves the whole motor. Got a lot more oomph to it. See that? So this is definitely making progress. Let's see, negative, positive. See that? 11.57. Before it used to drop down 1 volt just running for a little bit, and you see it's got a lot more kick. I think we revitalized this battery. I'm going to let it keep charging, and I'll keep updating you guys. But there you go. That's my finding on the Alum battery. I'm going to go ahead and put these little ports back on there. I could push it all the way down. I just wanted to have a little bit of a breathing room while it charges. You never know. As you can see, I took a shower. I was kind of freaked out with the acid. Wanted to make sure I didn't have anything eating at me. Or my clothes, I threw that all back in the washer. But there you go, Alum battery, looking like it works. Pretty cool.
Since 1994, safe, fast and more. Our reliable name, mixcat.com.